Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Great to be with you. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg as 2K Sports presents this Tuesday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Howard is out there with Smith. And it's Ariza in at the small forward.
For three.
James Harden, Clark, voted by a majority of NBA GMs last season as the #1 shooting guard in the entire league.
Really hard to argue that, Kevin. I mean, he's an elite scorer, second in the league in free throw attempts per game last season, and he's also a really, really good passer. Able to make his teammates better because he draws so much attention, and he's a crafty and willing passer.
Now Harden, Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. It's tipped. Parker with the steal. Outside, Green. Passes the splitter. Let's go. Misses off the left iron.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Harden kicks to Howard. They double team Howard. And the Rockets with possession here. Leonard attacking. Parker left side. Leonard the pass to Duncan. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 6. Great touch on the 16-footer. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes played. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Good. Harden's got 5.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Stolen by Beverly. And it's Houston on the break. Drops in the breakaway layup. Beverly's got his first points in this one.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
As you might have expected them to be, Clark, the Rockets were very good on the road.
Well, with the way that team was comprised with multiple threats on the floor offensively, it's no surprise to see them excel on the road. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Houston in the lead. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Thiago's splitter.
Well, as you said, the Rockets strong on the road last year, 21-20 record. And anytime you're over 500 on the away side, you're in a good spot.
Spurs on defense.
What's really scary about the Rockets is that they let some games slip away last year on the road and still managed to win 21 games away from home. So I would expect that mark to improve this season. Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer. He's basically a three-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
Now here's Parker. Back to Green. Pass to Duncan. Dishes to Splitter. The Spurs working the ball around now. Parker's shot is off. And Patrick Beverly, a nice find for the Houston Rockets, makes an ideal pairing with Harden in the backcourt.
Yeah, he sure does, Kevin, because he's tough, he's defensive-minded. He's a good complement to Harden, and I think any team in the league would love to have him just because of that toughness and that competitive desire.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. The dish to Harden. And the foul called on Daniel Green. Some changes here for the Spurs. Baines is checked in. And Boris Diaw is sub for Duncan.
Diaw.
against the Rockets now. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Parker outside. From the top of the key. That is good. Here is Harden. He's got 5. And the powerful one-handed slam. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
There's Green with the 3. That's good. Green's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for San Antonio.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Both teams will make substitutions. 1:46 left here in the opening quarter.
Well, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, so smart, a former foreign intelligence officer during the Cold War. If he's a little tight-lipped with the media, maybe that's the reason why.
Now here's Ariza. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Just 5 to shoot. Monty Eunice. The shot is off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Here's Bellinelli. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Popovich back in the 70s toured Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union with the U.S. Armed Forces team. He speaks Serbian and Russian.
Yeah, you know, no surprise that, Kevin, given his experience abroad, that he helped make the Spurs real trendsetters as far as international scouting.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the score by Houston. And Mills kicks to Duncan. And he jams it with authority.
He didn't have to get off the ground very far for that one. The big man with the slam.
Well, he makes up for any lack of athleticism with that tremendous size, Clark.
Yeah, he's not exactly a smooth operator, but what he is powerful. And when he gets positioned in the lane, he can go up and get it done.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Poked away. Jones kicks to Monty Eunice. On the wing, Brewer. Terry outside. Now here's Monty Eunice. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And another 3 for Houston.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Here's Mills. Shot no good. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, Steve, Clark, what are your thoughts?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end. You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. It's not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach and how precise they play and how much they win.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Pablo Prigioni is out there at Brewer. Then there's Monty Eunice. Then it's Jones. And it's Ariza in the 3 spot.
These guys know each other well, clearly, because that was a beautiful pass.
Rockets trail.
And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest. All business, all about winning.
Now here's Ariza. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Monty Eunice, no luck.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Here's Diaw. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
Well, James Harden is a pure scorer, but for him to get this Rockets team where they hope to go, I think he has to lead in more ways than just offensively. Really needs to set the example with his defense, his effort, and his unselfishness as well.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, we all know that Manu Ginobili has had a terrific career playing mostly as a sixth man. Ginobili said, "I don't think it was a big sacrifice. Maybe at first it was a little painful on the ego, but when I got in, all the plays were for me. I started to feel confident in that role. Now I enjoy it, and I don't even want to start." Kevin?
Doris, he puts pragmatism over ego. Thank you. Got a piece of it. Bellinelli dishes to Green. Can't get it to go. And the Rockets take it the other way.
And Harden is a great passer. But last season, at times, it seemed like he settled into being a ball stopper. He's so talented, so gifted offensively. He's an excellent offensive player when he's isolated. But this team has so much offensive talent. I think they're best served to keep that ball hopping. And that goes for any team, but clearly a team that has the weapons that Houston does.
And here is Ginobili after Trevor Ariza just hit the three. To the paint. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Ariza. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And you think of the superstar two guards who have won titles over the years, whether it's Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles or Dwayne Wade in Miami, Steve, they've all gotten after it defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's where Harden has to take the next step, in my opinion. When he's locked in, he's great. You know, he's got the long wingspan, he's got the strength. It's just about having that focus and that energy, that intensity that you need at the defensive end.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Dion. Duncan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Parker's subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Pass to Ariza. Puts up a three. Mills with the rebound. Spurs trail by 6 to the wing right side. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker passes to Green. The three from Mills. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Houston now. A big stretch here going 10-2. And it's Ariza in the corner. Up and in on the layup. Ariza's got 5.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Feeds it to Leonard. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
And it's Beverly missing.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
And here's Mills for 3 from beyond the arc and then some. And now just a 3-point Rocket lead. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan and see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game has always been one that's been anchored in fundamentals and staying close to the ground.
The Spurs making a switch here. Ayers is checked in. Here's Beverly. Another miss by Houston.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Smith kicks to Ariza. Smith dishes to Beverly. And it's Ariza in the corner. From deep, Harden. And the shot is good. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter. And at 38 years of age, Tim Duncan still going strong, guys.
Timeless. I mean, his dedication to diet and fitness, his flexibility, it's enabled him to remain in peak form. Maybe he doesn't move quite as quickly as he did 6-8 years ago, but he's shooting the ball better than ever. Footwork and his fundamental game obviously has always been there. So just an amazing late season or late career run for him.
Now Beverly after the missed 3 from Tim Duncan. They double him with Green. And yes, sir, that one drops. And it's an 8-point Houston lead.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And here's Houston. They're on a 17-7 run. Harden against Parker. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And the Rockets lead by 10.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Throws it from deep. Can't get it to go. The clock runs out, and we're...
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that they know where they're going and the ball moves. They don't play in a crowd. Just basically see if they know what they're doing.
We'll see, Coach. Thanks for the time. Guys.
Thank you for the... And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
Spurs trail by 10. This past offseason, the Spurs found themselves with a bit of wiggle room when it came to the salary cap.
For so long, Kevin, they've been able to only make moves through the draft and with minor adjustments, things they really do well, but the flexibility was new to them, and I'm sure they'll take full advantage of it.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, Parker out there with Mills, and it's Duncan, and it's Green in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Spurs shooting pretty good tonight at 48%.
Well, for the Spurs, who knows what the future holds. It's an aging team, but they do have some players to build around. And so they could have gone in any direction with their cap space.
And Harden with the stuff.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Here's Green. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
You know, with the Spurs and their offseason options, it's actually going to get more flexible after the end of the 2015 season when they can practically build their entire team from scratch. Almost zero salary commitments for them at the end of the 2015 season.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I mean, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
Bonner, he's checked in for Tim Duncan.
That was an important bucket. They're only 1 of 5 now, so they really had to get their offense clicking.
It's Harden with the drive. Good. Harden's got 19 points.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Mills can't hit.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Now, here is Harden. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And he gets the bucket. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Well, Tony Parker, an excellent scorer. Creative finisher, certainly inside with a smooth pull-up jump shot from mid-range. Steve, when he gets in the lane, he is dynamite.
And he draws fouls at a very high rate for a point guard. He's so good at initiating contact and then forcing the officials to make a call. And what that does, it gets you free points. It also allows you to set up your defense at the other end.
Joseph, he's checked in for Patty Mills. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. They get it again. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Ariza. He feeds it to Beverly. Harden against Parker. Beverly the pass to Harden. Ariza has the open look. That doesn't go either for Ariza. Spurs trail by 15. Green kicks to Joseph, takes a three, and again it's San Antonio with a three.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Beverly dishes to Harden. Smith with a screen on Parker, and Beverly kicks to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. It's Harden with the drive. Spurs.
Danny Green, a nice find by the Spurs as a 3-and-D role player. The Spurs always seem to find those kind of guys. His second-round pick was Green. He got waived by the Cavs, spent some time playing abroad. Now he holds the record for three-pointers made in the final.
Jason Terry is checked in for the Rockets. And for Danny Green, guys, a quality defender at either wing position. And, you know, Steve, as you like to say, a floor spacer offensively.
That's right. Two-way guys, Kevin. Two-way players. That's what the playoffs are all about. You think about the success Green has had the last couple of seasons, defending star players at one end, knocking down big threes at the other. Wow, what a player he's become.
Here's Terry, following the bucket by the Spurs. Harden the pass to Terry. There's the feed to Ariza. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Here's Smith. Here's Howard. And here's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, he's just angling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. Houston also making some changes. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Moniunas comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
Here's Harden, and he gets it to go. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
Terry with it, picked up by Ginobili. Terry dishes to Moniunas. Harden right side. Moniunas kicks to Harden. And the pass to Moniunas. Feeds to Terry. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Leonard. Spurs trail by 12. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Ellenelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Snatched up.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
And Brewer kicks to Terry. San Antonio with the rebound. Leonard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Spurs have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. First one falls for him.
Tony Parker. 2 shots.
And Parker drops them both. Rockets leading by 10. And it's Terry off the drive. And he converts the layup. Terry's got his second basket of the night.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
They sure are. You got to come up with substitution, but this is getting ridiculous.
Kicks to Bellinelli. 3 seconds left, and it's in off the backboard. Bellinelli's got his third basket of the night.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets lead by 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, let's do it. I love the way this play developed. I think this offense really thrives off of plays like that. Turned it into an easy basket.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Monty out there with Brewer, and it's Howard in at the 5 down low. And that one's good. Parker.
Good thing he showed up today, because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
Rockets leading by 10. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
Yeah, it's the anticipation more than anything. It's understanding where that ball is going before anybody else on the floor does.
For the Rockets, Smith comes in for Monty and Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Brewer.
There's always a little hesitation with newly formed star-loaded teams, and you wondered if the Rockets would click early last year. They did, and ended up with the 4 seed out there.
The Rockets made it in as the 4th seed last year, but still couldn't find a way past Portland in the first round. Ended up falling to them in 6 games.
Really, though, it was the start of that series that sent the Rockets as they dropped the first 2. They fought back, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they couldn't overcome that poor start, Kevin. They did fight back, and it looked like a Game 7 was on the way, but then Damian Lillard, with one of the great shots in NBA playoff history, closed things out in dramatic fashion.
Brought you right out of your chair, didn't it?
Oh, big time. That was a great, great shot he made.
Here's Baines. Clock at 4. Here's Parker. And right on target. Good. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. He's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Beverly the pass to Ariza. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Parker's shot is off. Rockets leading by 11. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now here's Beverly. He's covered by Ginobili.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Harden up top to the left side wing. Howard in the post. He's against Bonner, and that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Dwight Howard.
You gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
There's some good defense for you. For somebody who's as good at shooting the 3 as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on him.
That's good.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Outside, Ginobili. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got his 5th rebound in this one. Into Smith. And it's blocked. Outside Leonard. The 17-footer goes down.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Even as the Spurs continue to grow older, it's really hard to write them off. I mean, it's incredible how long this team has been rooted in the West and contending for championship.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Green comes in for Bonner. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
And guys, you know, if you look at the dominance for the Spurs, they have found younger players like Kawhi Leonard, for instance, Steve, to keep them on top.
Yeah, and then Popovich does such a good job of preserving their veterans, keeping their minutes down and resting them for the playoffs. So Popovich and the Spurs really kind of wrote the book on managing the regular season.
You know, they haven't had the best day inside, but they got one when it mattered most.
Here's Green. Here's Duncan. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy two.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And you know, Clark, you're right. They haven't had a strong day inside.
But, Kevin, sometimes it just comes down to making the right play at the right time.
Now, here is Harden. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Rockets leading by 12. Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Ginobili. Here's Smith. He kicks it to Howard. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
Here's Duncan, and he says, back at you with a big dunk of his own.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
And Beverly gets to Ariza. Great tee that time from Leonard.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him. And clearly no question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Houston.
Clark, their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, they had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Harden. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
It's tipped. Stolen by Harden. Goes back up. And Howard with the lay-in. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
Houston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. It's stolen by Duncan.
Well, it looks like their comeback hopes are out the window. I think this lead is safe now.
Yep, this one's a done deal.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Defensive foul. Patty Mills. That's his third personal foul. Third team foul.
And the first one drops.
At the line for the Rockets, Prigioni. 2 shots.
Prigioni hits them both. 11 seconds left in the fourth. Outside, Bellinelli. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
You know, if this had come earlier, they might have been able to get back into it.
Yeah, but as it is, too little, too late.
So we see Houston taking the W here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And now let's go over to Doris Burke on the sideline for an interview with the Jordan Player of the Game. Doris, take it away.
Well, first off, James, congratulations.